The narrative begins with the global electronics industry, a battleground of excitement and danger. Display panels and semiconductor chips, regarded as the lifeblood of profits, are silently targeted by China. Initially, the Chinese Communist Party focused on the US, aiming to steal precious technology. However, the US bolstered their defenses against technology theft, leading to the failure of China's plans. China then extended its covert tentacles to Europe and Japan, only to find both countries raising their guard. As a result, China focused its attention on South Korea, a country that had poured vast resources into China but remained relatively defenseless. Due to its significant investments in Chinese semiconductors and dependency on the Chinese market, South Korea could do little but silently endure China's clandestine activities. Over the years, China's technological theft from South Korea has escalated. In the 5 years from 2018 to 2022, the loss from South Korea's technology outflow reached a staggering $19.6 billion, two-thirds of which flowed to China. On June 12th of this year, a storm erupted. The South Korean police and prosecutors filed a lawsuit targeting a former senior executive of Samsung Electronics, Mr. Choi. He was a renowned expert in the semiconductor field, developed many leading technologies during his 18 years of service in the Samsung Electronics Memory Semiconductor Division, and won many tech awards. He even helped Hynix Semiconductor overcome technical difficulties, achieving the world's lowest cost DRAM and NAND flash memory manufacturing. But that was a story before 2010. He then chose the path of betrayal and sold his expertise and skills to China. In an even more gripping plot twist, Choi colluded with Foxconn to establish a new semiconductor company in Singapore. Offering double the salary, they attracted over 200 core employees from Samsung Electronics and other Korean semiconductor companies. These employees were sent to procure the design blueprints and other data from the Samsung Electronics semiconductor factory. Their goal was to establish a $6.3 billion semiconductor factory in Xi'an, China, a replica of Samsung Electronics. However, this plan never came to fruition. Yet a $360 million R&D center funded by the Chengdu municipal government was completed last year and has begun to use the stolen Samsung Electronics semiconductor technology to produce samples. This R&D building is only 1.5 kilometers away from the Samsung Electronics semiconductor factory in Xi'an, like a spy lurking in the shadows. In February of this year, South Korean intelligence discovered this plot, and Choi's mobile phone was seized. He was placed under investigation. Although Choi vehemently denied all allegations, some of his employees have confessed to their actions. The basic engineering data, BED, in semiconductor chip manufacturing is a cutting-edge technology to prevent minor impurities from contaminating the manufacturing process. Choi managed to steal a small part of this technology, the 30-nanometer process technology for mobile chips. According to South Korean prosecutors, this technology, which Samsung spent hundreds of millions to billions of dollars to develop, is considered a core secret of South Korea. The Chinese Communist Party even went a step further, setting up an R&D center in South Korea so that Korean researchers would not have to go to China, thereby avoiding surveillance by South Korean intelligence. This clandestine context revolving around high technology demonstrates the power of technology and reveals the immense input and temptation driven by the Chinese Communist Party behind Choi's motives. It's a game of overt and covert competition, where technology is the wager and market share is the marker of victory. Last year, in the global electronic products industry competition, China dominated the global LCD market with a share of 42.5%, surpassing South Korea's 36.9%. By the second quarter of 2023, in the Organic Light Emitting Diode OLED competition, China seized half of the global shipments, intimidating the world with its dominance. These victories seem to validate China's rapid rise after technology theft. But is that really the case? These eye-catching figures might only be the tip of the iceberg, and we need to delve deeper to reveal the truth beneath. Yet, with Samsung and Apple's potential massive purchases in the second half of the year,